The last year has been an incredible journey. When I went to go make this video, I started out with the title, How I Manifested $5,000. And then I realized I was counting my blessings short and I had to up it to $9,000. And it's really more than that. So it's crazy how much faith walking I did in the last year, just like doing things and starting things that felt good to me and not being quite sure where they would end up. Right now, a year later, I'm at like this inflection point, go big or go home. But now I'll get into it and explain how I got $9,000 to start my brand. First things first, last year I had no business experience. I had no experience selling a physical product. I had no experience selling on Amazon. But every time I saw the Black Business Accelerator, it would kind of speak to me. And so I decided to, do some research and see what it was about and like how it was started. And I was like, oh snap, like the Black Business Accelerator was actually like the brainchild of a Black woman at Amazon. So I was like, how dope would it be if a Black woman was able to hop on this accelerator that was created by a Black woman and create a business that serves Black women. So again, not knowing anything about the process of setting up a business or selling physical products, I just went through the Black Business Accelerator checklist. I did everything that I needed to get done. Actually, I think I submitted it like 3 times because the first 2 times I didn't hear anything, so I was probably missing something. So each time I would go back and be like, I did this, oh, didn't quite do that, went back, fixed it, did this, went back, didn't quite fix it. And I finally, I think it was like the 3rd try, I finally, checked all the boxes, got in. And as soon as there's an incentive of a few $100s after you complete all the steps and get in to help you get your business off the ground, and that was a couple $100s, and that's not even part of the $9,000, which is, I said, why it's so crazy. So boom, I'm in the Amazon Black Business Accelerator, and now it's trying to figure out how to create a physical products business. So I'm like listening to podcasts. I had joined the mastermind and just figuring out like what was the vision for my brand? Like what did I want to create? And to be honest, I was in between 2 spaces. So I have 2 sons, and sometimes when I go shopping for them, I feel like there's not as much stuff out there for boys as there is for girls. So it's part of me that wanted to go into like making really anything for boys, like party stuff for boys, or like clothing, t-shirts for boys, something. I just feel like there's not, like when you go into a kid's store, like 80% of it is girls and like 20% of it is boy stuff. So I just felt like I wanted to do something in the kids niche, specifically boys. So I kind of scratched that itch with like Etsy and digital products, and it was fun. But my calling was actually to like build upon this channel and create a physical products brand that, empowered women to embrace the best versions of themselves. Like I didn't want to do a brand that was like, oh, here's how you grow your hair long, or like use my product, it's gonna make your hair the best. So the idea I had was to make a hair care brand. So my idea was to make a hair care tools and accessories brand. So women feel good about their hair no matter where they are. And just to be able to, as a brand, create images of people wearing their natural hair wherever they need to go. As part of that vision, I actually started to create a product to help with styling wash-and-goes. That's where I am at in my hair journey. And I do not like styling my hair in the shower. But that broad vision of just like creating tools and accessories that are geared specifically for natural hair, big, kinky, curly hair, that vision, like before I sold 1 product. At that point, I didn't even know what products I was gonna sell. So this is where I got my first $5,000. So I was at a point where I didn't know exactly what hair care tools and accessories I was gonna sell. But I knew who I wanted to serve, Black women with kinky, curly hair as a business. That's where I decided to go. So there was a grant program available in Hello Alice, which is related to the Black Business Accelerator because they recommend like you sign up there for, small business advice. So there was a grant program in there, and the only requirement was that you had to sell between like $1 and some maximum amount of money to apply for this grant. So I went on Amazon, I listed the product, and I actually sold it to myself. It was one sale, so whatever. I did what I needed to do to be eligible for the grant. But for that grant, like I said, I hadn't sold a single product. It was just my vision. My vision got me the first $5,000 to move forward with my vision. So I'm like, yes, because I was seriously doubting myself, just doubting my ability to do it, just doubting everything about it for a lot of reasons that I'll get into later. But okay, so that was $5,000. And as fast as I got that $5,000 in, I spent that $5,000 investing into a product that would help with styling your wash and goes outside the shower. So I put that money towards the design. That wasn't enough, so I used some of my own money to help with that design process. Yeah, so that product is in limbo. That's where I am, like, gotta go big or gotta go home, because the design was one chunk of money. Getting it manufactured is gonna be a different chunk of money. So I have to figure out where I'm going with this brand. So that was the first thing. So I got the $5,000 from the Hello Alice grant, and I went ahead and designed this product. So I got this product designed, but I also knew that in order to keep moving forward in this, I needed to build out the brand some more. So that's when I decided to go ahead with tools and accessories that I could easily get manufactured the way I wanted them to be done for kinky curly hair. So I ended up doing, the first product I launched was actually infinity hair ties. The hair ties are personal to me because one day I had this crazy important meeting at work. Laid all my clothes out, did the breakfast, did everything, and all I needed to do was put my hair up into a bun and be ready to walk out the door. And you have that one scrunchie that you stretch out so that's big enough to fit around your hair and make a bun and stuff. So I had that out, all ready to go. In the morning, I get up, I go to make my hair into a bun, and it pops. Pissed off because I was so prepared and so unprepared for that setback. And just because the only way I can really wear my hair once, I plan to brush it up, is up. I put styling products in it, sitting on top of my head. So I had to run, to the Walgreens down the street from me, hair sticking up on my head, frazzled, for this meeting I was prepared for, and getting scrunchies. I was mad because I had just bought a pack of scrunchies 2 weeks ago. I can't keep a pack of scrunchies for 2 weeks with natural hair. It made me feel away. Is this natural hair thing for me? It's interfering with my career goals. Is this for me? So when I started shopping around for accessories I want to sell, I knew I wanted to do a hair tie that I knew you could rely on. So it was seamless, it doesn't have any metal, and I've never popped one. So they're the nylon ones. So that's why it's a part of my collection. And just because of the way, ordering samples, they made me order a large quantity. So I was like, you know what? This is going to be the first product I put out there. I filmed a video with my nieces, using it in their hair last summer. And that was the first product I launched to Amazon. Other products I have, I haven't officially launched them, they have listings. One was the headband. I get so hot in head wraps, but I kind of like the look of a head wrap. So these headbands are chunkier, but they're chunky, but you can also fold them in half and wear them like a regular headband. So I have those up on Amazon. Crown control styling clips. All alligator clips are not created equal. Sometimes there's a spring in the back, and if those two little springs aren't tucked, it'll snag your hair. And also there's some ridging, there's some texture that you need in those alligator clips to keep them from falling out of your hair. But some of the ones I've gotten over the years have these giant, well, they're not giant, but they're pretty big balls on the surface to keep them, because they're thinking about straight hair. So straight hair, the problem is them sliding. So they have these big humps. So I worked with a manufacturer. How do we get these so they don't slide out, but they don't have these giant, balls that don't fall out of your hair? Yes, that was another product that was up on Amazon. And the last product was hair accents. So hair accents are these barrettes. They're simple. Sometimes when I pull my hair back, on one side, I can snap these barrettes in my hair. And I wanted to create those because I feel I would go into the beauty supply store or into Amazon and try to get hair accessories. And they always have these teeth on them. I use them once and then I'm done because I don't want to, slide those rigid teeth into my hair. So those were the first few products I released. Like I said, that $5,000 didn't even go to buy that inventory. That went towards this product that I wanted to create to help with wash and goes. Yes, that was the first $5,000. If I just go sequentially, The next chunk of money was $3,000. So as part of the Black Business Accelerator, they gave you coaching on how to run ads on Amazon. As you progress through certain milestones, like, you create a listing, they gave you some money to spend on ads. You create a brand store, they dropped some more money to create ads. So like certain things, and over the course of a few months, I ended up getting $3,000. And that helped me generate sales, because in order to get sales on Amazon, you need traffic. So I was able to learn how to run PPC ads on Amazon and use that $3,000 to make sales on the products I had listed. So that's 5, then 3, then that's 8. So the last $1,000 came from another Amazon program called Buy with Prime. So Buy with Prime allows you to list your products on your website, and customers could come and buy from your website instead of buying through Amazon. And normally when that happens, I would have to personally package and ship the item. One of the good things about Amazon, specifically like Fulfilled by Amazon, is that like I send a mass quantity to them, and then as individual orders come in, they pack it out and send it to the customer. So Buy with Prime was like this bridge program where I could use the inventory that I already had at Amazon, and it's a new program that they have up and running, but pretty much it allows me to sell on my website without having to ship from my house. So that's nice. Yeah, just for signing up for that program and, working with somebody behind the scenes at Amazon to get that set up, I got another $1,000. So I was super excited about that. And that brought me up to $9,000. That wasn't even the end of it. Like, there's probably more that I'm leaving out in terms of just like bonuses and little signs from the universe. Like when I wanted to quit, just like keep going. Some of it is monetary. Some of it is just like, I would be thinking about like, oh, maybe like, do I have a place on YouTube? Like, why am I on YouTube? Like, I don't have like that great of head of hair. Like, I don't like, what am I doing here? Like, I'm not 25. Like, what am I doing here? And then like somebody out of the blue would be like, oh, just keep going. Like, they'd be like, oh, I saw your YouTube channel, like, I like it, you should keep doing it. And, like, that would make me feel so good, and it's just like, I ask for signs, and I get them. So right now, the universe is telling me to keep going. So I'm gonna see how far I can take this. This tool for wash and goes, that design, is working with this designer, and we have, like, a non-disclosure agreement, so it's not a big deal. But there's really nothing out there yet, and he was actually like, you should talk to a lawyer. And I told him, like, I don't really have the funds right now, because this was, again, last year. I wasn't really selling that much. Like, I was like, I don't really have the funds to get a lawyer. So he actually hooked me up with a lawyer who did a patent search for me for free and came back and advised me how to proceed with protecting, the intellectual property that I had on this item I had just created. So that was like another blessing, because I'm like, that's easily $1,500 to $2,000 just for that, and most lawyers want more, or request more retainer than what the service is up front, because there might be like follow-on actions and stuff like that. So he just told me, he did the patent search, this is what you should do. Like, and that's the other thing, the lawyer had like total faith in me. He's like, I'm doing this for you because I know like when you get ready and come back around and get this thing on the market, like, we'll take it for you where it needs to go. So I felt extremely fortunate to have that advice. So where I want, like this hair care accessory and tools brand to go, I want it to be something that inspires women to like wear their hair like out in public. Cause I know like there were times in between braids, like when I was like back to back to back to back braids, where I would want to go outside, just like, do I look silly? Like, sometimes twist outs would feel like, what can I do next? Like, how do I feel like not, sometimes it can feel frumpy. Like when your hair's not doing what it's supposed to be doing, it can feel kind of frumpy. So like a cute accessory can change the day. It's like, oh, it goes from failure to like, oh, I just fixed it up a little bit. Yeah, so that's where I want Untwisted to go. In my vision, like I want to see natural hair, beach, brunch, boardroom. So it's, it's vacation ready. It's ready to go out with friends, and it's professional. So that's my vision for Untwisted. Yeah, like ideally I would like to do like a spring summer drop. So the spring summer drop would be like, nice colors and patterns to get ready for the spring and fall. Like fall winter would be like those earth tones, suede, faux leather, bling, just to like be ready for the holiday season. So that's where I would like, one of the places I would like Untwisted to go. I got this like whole little notebook with, you know, the things that are trying about having natural hair. Just the process of like styling it and stuff. And yeah, that somebody told me that's the best way to create a brand. It's like, what do you want to see? Like, what is not out there that you want to see? This whole little notebook of like things that I wish existed that currently don't. So I feel like if I keep getting the guidance, like, and things keep lining up for me, like, I could continue creating this brand forever. But the fact of the matter is, it takes a lot of time, energy, and money just to keep a brand afloat. And that is in addition to my 9-to-5, my 2 kids, the YouTube channel, Trepadora, you know, retail and Trepadora. So it's like, either figure out how to grow this thing or maybe figure out, you know, what the next move is. But just staying afloat is exhausting because I need to grow so I can have people to help me with certain things behind the scenes. And it's hard creating in the bubble. Like, I would love to have a team to be able to bounce ideas off of and stuff. So there's that aspect too. The selling Trepadora, like, is fun because I can, like, I feel like most of my customers are women of color. So again, it's just, you know, I'm a retailer for this brand Trepadora that was found by women of color. Like, I service, you know, my customers on the backside are women of color, and it's helping me to create this brand that, you know, I envision helping women of color, like, accept where they are in their natural hair journey. So the whole thing is fun. It's something like I believe strongly in, especially I feel like 2020 to maybe like 2022, there was like this deluge of content that kind of like tore Black women down that I didn't like. And I wasn't even looking for it. Like, it was just suggested, and I'm just like, damn, like that's how people feel about Black women. So just to create a brand that's like uplifting and empowering people to embrace the best versions of themselves, it's something that excites me. It's a passion. If it wasn't a passion, I would have been stopped doing it. Yeah, so I just, you know, want to see where it goes and just trying to figure out the dynamic of, you know, talking about my brand, but also not, you know, turning my YouTube channel into a commercial. So I want to talk about the brand, but I don't want to, you know, sacrifice the authenticity that I have in my content right now. So just figuring out that dynamic, that is my next hill to climb, just how to create content around my brand without constantly feeling like a commercial. That's what I got for today, and I will keep you guys posted. And thank you for all the support that you guys have given so far, whether it's, you know, consuming my content or, you know, supporting the shop through Trepadora. And recently people have been picking up the accessories. I truly appreciate that. I've been getting sales both on Amazon and on my website from, you know, links that I've been leaving in the description box and stuff. So I greatly appreciate that support. And again, thanks for watching, and thank you. Just thank you.